Hey, what's going on? And welcome to Speak On It with Mr. Will. Our topic of discussion is going to be educational system standards. And I am talking specifically for one, and this one is Norwalk Public Schools, all right? Norwalk, Connecticut, not Norwalk, California, Norwalk, Connecticut. Now, I was blessed to work in the Norwalk Public School systems a few years back. And even then, I wasn't as in tune as I was with everything going on. I wasn't in tune. But when I found out that they had lowered the requirements in order for these kids to play a sport, it boggled my mind. It boggled my mind. It baffled me. It pissed me off. And it had me questioning a lot of things. It had me questioning, of course, the school system, obviously. It had me questioning the parents of these students. And then it had me questioning myself, actually. And I'm explaining that to you guys. Alright, so growing up, I was always taught that you set standards. And you set standards because you want to meet them. You want to meet those expectations by any means necessary. Just pushing yourself. Striving for those goals or trying to reach that standard or what have you. And that's what I was taught growing up. I was taught you set goals, you set standards. School wasn't easy for me. Put it like this. I was one of those type of people that I actually had to work at school. Like really, really work. And it wasn't until middle school I realized I actually liked school. Most kids don't like school, but I liked school. Like, I like going to school to get educated. I like learning new things. I found my love for school in middle school. And honestly, I personally think it was due to the collective bunch of teachers I had in 6th grade. So shout out to Cluna Middle School back in the early 90s. Because they did a phenomenal job with our COG. And it made me love school, you know what I'm saying? So, again, shout out to Cluna Middle School, ACOG, actually. So, but in middle school, I found my love for school, and I found my love for setting standards and goals for myself throughout that duration. Throughout that 6th grade through 8th grade, I found myself at a place in my life where I knew what goals and standards were. I knew that if I was going to be something more than what I was at that particular moment, or as I got older in life, I had to learn how to meet those goals and expectations and then set new ones once I accomplished that. I learned that in middle school. I remember back when I was in middle school, and like, to get anything less than a C was crazy. But I find it very annoying and almost kind of disrespectful too, to be honest with you, that the Norwalk Public School,
if you can, I'd appreciate
in order to play a sport, you need to have a 1.7. Now, I may not be the smartest cookie in the jar, but when I was in school, 2.5 was a C. So if the standards are still the same, a 2.5 is a C, why did they bring it down to a 1.7? And who the hell accepted that? Like, parents, what the hell did we do? What did we do? Like, don't they have the vote on it and all kind of stuff like that and get our opinion and what we think or whatever have you? Like, I'm thrilled. And mind you, this happened a few years ago. So it's been some time now since it's been like that. Now I got 2 kids in high school, and I'm like, oh, we're not following that. We're still following a 2.6 GPA because that's freaking ridiculous. And then again, if you don't hold the kids to a standard or give them something to work towards, what are you really doing? A 1.7, so it's okay to show up to class. That's pretty much what you're saying. I mean, a 1.7 is a D. That's a freaking D. D plus, I guess. Whatever, I don't care. That's still not acceptable. So I find myself struggling with that, and I even wrote contracts for my kids. So what? You better believe it. Sign here, sign this, and their respective, coaches and they all know about it. Because at the end of the day, if we don't set standards for our kids and give them something to follow, what the heck will they follow? 1.7, y'all? We gotta do better. Then we wonder why they're into the stuff they're into, ain't got nothing to do, or want to be doing this and doing that, all the negative stuff. We gotta do better. As parents, as a community, we have to do better, y'all. 1.7. Yeah, I'm sorry it took so long to talk about this, but I wanted to know. I was trying to figure out how to go about it without being, I don't know, irate or upset. Like I said, it's been like that for a few years. But even when I was in the school system and I found it out, like I was just like, yo, am I not the only one that thinks this is bogus? Like, this is straight up BS. Like you're telling your kids, everybody else in the state, everybody else across town or whatever, or the other public schools are here. You're telling us it's okay if we're here, and that's okay because we're athletic? Where do they do that at? Seriously. Like I said, I'm only talking about Newark public schools. I'm sure there's other worse cases out there, but I'm only talking about what I know. Henceforth, my opinion based on my experiences and things that I've shared and know. I just want to make sure I put that out there. Yo, that is crazy. And I think it needs to be rechanged. I definitely think it needs to be restructured. And at the end of the day, if you're not giving the kids something to look up to or something to move towards, then what are we really doing? What are we honestly, wholeheartedly really doing? That's damn sure not helping. So you're saying it's okay for me to be dumb, but as long as I can score a touchdown. It's okay for me to be below average and can't read or can't really articulate what I'm trying to say when I'm in a group of other kids, but as long as I can slam dunk, as long as I can hit the three. Why? Like, that really bothers me to the core. Again, I have kids too, so I know I'm speaking for a lot of other people. At least I hope I am. Because if I'm wrong, then y'all hit me up in the comments and let me know I'm wrong. I shouldn't feel like that or whatever. But I doubt that. I highly doubt that. It's still crazy. It's crazy, it's ridiculous, and it's bull. And I definitely think the parents need to step up. The community needs to step up and do something about it. Because at the end of the day, most of these kids are getting picked off anyway. What I mean by picked off is St. Luke's is coming, St. Joe's. They're going to probably all the athletes, the good athletes, that look like they can do something for our community, at least in Newark public schools. They're going to other schools. They're going to private schools, Trinity Catholic, and things of that nature. So we're basically saying to y'all, we'll dumb it down. So hopefully you guys will stay. All you got to worry about is getting a D+, and you're accepted academically, and you're eligible to play a sport. Man, come on, get out of here with that nonsense. I ain't got time for that. It's not acceptable, and I don't think anybody should be happy with that. All right, we have to up our standards. The school system has to do better. The community has to do better. Us parents, we got to do better. Because at the end of the day, we fail our kids. How we for them, how we rooting for them, but we fail them. We need to give them something to reach and something to push for at the end of the day. All right, y'all. Signing off. Thank you for your time. Appreciate you. Like, subscribe, share. Let people know. And I'll see you Monday.